So I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about NoFap, which is basically celibacy, right? For those who might be addicted to porn, addicted to sex, or just love sexuality or have an issue with porn. I think the theory behind it is pretty much celibacy, right? You stay away from porn, you stay away from masturbation, you stay away from sex. I personally tried it and I lasted 7 months. I did 6 months last year and I just did 7 months this year. And here are the things I learned. So firstly, why are you addicted to sex or why are you addicted to porn? Is it an addiction? Is it something that you use as escapism? If you're tired, if you're bored, if you're trying to run away from your problems, do you run to porn? Do you run to sex? Are you addicted to women? Are you in control of your emotions? Are you in control of lust? Personally, porn has always been in my life since around the age of 15, in and out. It's never really been a problem. It's never really something I've considered to be unhealthy for me. However, I'm single, so I've always been able to justify why I should watch porn if I want to watch porn. But I stumbled across this whole NoFap stuff and I thought, you know what, let me try it. So last year I did 6 months and this year I've done 7 months and I want to share my experience with you guys. So with abstinence and, semen retention and NoFap and not masturbating and not watching porn, I always expected to get this new level of insight and maybe a deeper spiritual connection with myself and alignment and just a clearer understanding of myself and my feelings and my urges. Now, did that happen to a certain degree? It did, but I also think the whole NoFap thing is slightly overhyped. Now, I'm only telling you my personal story, so everyone's different. You might have had a different experience to me, and you might have gotten this new level of enlightenment. But from my experience, it's something I don't regret doing. I really love the discipline from it. I really love the dedication. I really love the ability for me to say no to women, to porn, not to masturbate. I really enjoyed that part of it. The first 2 to 3 months were probably the most difficult because porn is always on your brain, sex is always on your brain. You're getting random erections here, there, and everywhere. It's on your mind and it's quite challenging and it's quite difficult. You might even have a wet dream, That was definitely the first challenge in the first 2 to 3 months. It was always on my mind. There was girls I was talking to and I just really wanted to do stuff with them, but I couldn't. However, as time went on, it became easier. After like the 4th month, it was pretty simple because I knew I wasn't using it anyways and those random urges actually left. My body got used to it. I knew even if I chat to a girl, there's nothing that's going to come from it. And I always used to tell women, listen, I'm celibate. So that also drew the line. If anything, they actually respected me because they were like, oh, wow, you're actually the first guy who I've ever met who's actually celibate. Some of them, that actually tempted them to jump on me more, but I let them know, listen, this is just like a personal challenge. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm not trying to put you in any situation. I'm just doing this for me. But here are some of the things I learned from celibacy, but just from my experience. Everyone's different. You might have a different experience to what I did, and someone else might have a totally different experience. But number one, it really helps you decide and identify the difference between lust and love. I was able to talk to girls and actually see them for who they were, rather than sexualize them and see their body and really lust after that. I was able to develop a more intimate mental connection with a girl rather than just physical. Like, for example, if there was a girl who I was dating and she knew we couldn't have sex, all we could do is actually talk. She's not sending me no naked pictures. I'm not sending her no naked pictures. What else are we going to do? Just literally talk and understand how each other's brains work. Understand, like, you really start to care for someone more because you're not just sexualizing them and not just trying to shag them, pretty much. Number two, it taught me discipline. So imagine you're addicted to something or you love something. You love video games, you love smoking weed, you love going partying, you love girls, whatever it is, right? Imagine it's something you love and you pull that away from yourself. So the first stage of any sort of addiction or lust or love for something, you get withdrawal symptoms, right? But you're not a heroin addict. You've actually pulled yourself away from something you love. So your brain starts playing tricks on you. You start having sexual dreams. You start having sexual thoughts. For the first couple of months, it was really difficult, but I respected myself a bit more as time went on. I'm single. I don't need to be celibate. I've got girls who I was talking to. I don't need to be celibate. I could have done stuff with them if I wanted to, but I took that away from myself. A lot of girls stopped talking to me because I'm pretty much useless to them. This guy's celibate. I'm trying to date. I'm trying to get active. I'm trying to get sexual, but he's not giving me what I want, so you're pretty much useless. And they've moved on. And that hurt me. And I had to take that bullet. I had to take that L, and I had to absorb that because of this personal challenge. So you learn a bit of discipline and you actually gain a bit of self-respect for yourself because you've been able to pull yourself from a situation where it's great for you, profitable, exciting, whatever for you, and you've taken yourself away from that. It takes a lot of mental discipline and mental strength to be able to say no to something you love, but I respected myself for it. Number three, I realized I was not the only one. I spoke to one of my friends at the gym who had been doing it for about a year. And I think I was probably about 4 months into it and I was just venting to him like, bro, I've lost so many girls who were interested in me before. I don't even know if I know how to have sex anymore. Like, when do I break this? He goes, mate, just go for as long as you want. There's no rule. There's no deadline. There's no date. He'd been doing it for about a year and the benefits he found was that he was able to concentrate on his business more. He had less female headache or needing to give his attention and time and resources to so many different girls. He was able to focus. If anything, that didn't happen for me because I got a little bit crazy in the first couple of months. I love talking to girls. I like being in female company. I like dating girls. And I couldn't have this. So it drove me crazy for a while. But again, after the 4th month, it became the norm. Next point, you definitely lose your sex drive. This is something I didn't think would ever happen to me. But again, because you're not using it, you're kind of losing it to a certain degree. Obviously, you're not going to lose your penis, but your sex drive definitely declines. I wasn't really talking to girls. I wasn't masturbating. I wasn't watching porn. There was no need for it. So naturally, I didn't get as many morning erections. I didn't get no random spontaneous erections during the day because it's been 4 months and nothing had happened and my body was used to it. So you definitely might lose some of your sex drive. Next point, you might not be as aggressive. I became shy to talk to women. My confidence in approaching women and my intentions with women had changed because I'm not really talking to you to date you or to be sexual with you. What was the point? It's just a basic friendship. So when I came back out of celibacy, I lost my game. I lost the ability to approach women and to read their mind and flirt. I lost it all because I hadn't done it in such a long time. Same as anything. If you haven't driven a car in like 5-6 months, first couple of times you drive it, you're going to be a bit rusty. And that's something I didn't think would ever go. But definitely as soon as I came back out of celibacy, my game was really weak, man. I didn't really know how to talk to girls anymore. I didn't really know how to flirt as much as I used to before. But I don't regret it because, again, I like to lose stuff and gain it back just to sharpen that sword again, you know? All in all, I don't regret being celibate. I did 6 months last year and I've done 7 months this year. I'm not celibate anymore and I don't regret trying this. If you're a guy, if you've never done this, I urge you to challenge yourself. Not like you're going to gain any superpowers or, you know, gain a new level of insight, which you might do, but it's just the challenge. You know, it's just that discipline to say, you know what, I'm going to pull myself back away from this. If you're addicted to smoking cigarettes, addicted to smoking weed, addicted to alcohol, drugs, tell yourself, you know what, I'm going teetotal for 2 months, for 1 month, for 1 week. Just try it, right? What you win here is that mental discipline to say, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself to do this and I'm actually going to do this. Now, don't be scared. I relapse so many times. Whenever I relapse, I reset, I reset, I reset. Relapsing is part of the process. You're never going to go, oh, wake up today, I'm going 3 months celibate, and you actually do it. You might do, but it's hard, right? You might go for 2 weeks, have a wank, go for another 2 weeks, have sex with someone, start again, right? Stop and start, eventually you start. Obviously, I did the 6 months last year, so it was easier for me to do the 7 months this year. I cut off all of my leads, all the girls I was talking to, I literally just stopped talking to them, and I told them, like, hey, listen, hope you're well, but I'm not really in a space to talk to you anymore romantically because I'm going on a celibacy journey. Oh, you're fucking weird. Why are you doing that? Take the abuse. You're doing it for yourself. So yeah, if it's something you want to do, I really urge you to do it. If you're in a relationship, I don't know why you'd want to be celibate because that's going to drive your partner crazy. But if you're single, like me, and you like women and you like to be sexual and you like everything about sex, pull yourself away from it. See how you feel. See if you die. I hope you don't die, but just understand and feel and go through the whole journey of discipline and abstinence and being determined to get something. If you ever want to speak to me about your dating, your fitness, or your mental health, and we've never spoken before, I offer 10 minutes of my time with no charge. Just comment down below on this video stating consultation, and I'll message you and we'll book your 10-minute consultation. Catch you guys on the next video.